Wally Walnut, a Munch Bunch book. Wally Walnut is one of the Munch Bunch. He lives in an old bird cage close to his best friend Peanut. He is easily the noisiest member of the Munch Bunch, and his big, loud voice is always getting him into trouble. One morning, Wally decided to take a bath. First, he filled the tub with hot water. Next, he added his new bubble bath, and then he hopped in. Wally felt so happy that he started to sing his favorite song. Professor Peabody, who lives a long way from Wally, was reading his new book. It was all about burglar alarms, but the noise was so loud that he had to stop reading. Perhaps Tom Tomato has invented a new type of burglar alarm. It doesn't sound quite right, though, Peabody thought to himself. The Banana Bunch were practicing for a concert. They could hear the noise that Wally was making too, but they tried to ignore it. In the end, they had to give up. "Sounds like someone's got a bad tummy ache," said Skippy. Tom Tomato was busy helping Corny on the cob to water his seeds, until they heard the noise. "What on earth can that rogue be?" said Corny. "It sounds like Spud's car," replied Tom. "I hope the engine hasn't gone wrong again." Sally Strawberry had invited Lucy Lemon in for a cup of tea, but suddenly their china cups shattered to pieces as Wally burst into song. "Whatever will we have to put up with next?" said Sally. Soon a crowd has gathered outside Wally's house. "What on earth is it?" stormed Pete Pepper. "It sounds like a monster from outer space," said Ollie Onion, bursting into tears. Meanwhile, Wally had finished bathing and decided it would be a good idea to go for a walk. He opened his front door, and guess what he saw? A big crowd of the Munch Bunch stood in his front garden. They were all wondering what could be making such a terrible noise. "Hello, everybody," Wally boomed. "Lovely day, isn't it? I've just had a long soak in my new bubble bath." And he marched off towards the river, whistling another noisy tune. The others were amazed. "It was him all the time," gasped Lucy Lemon. "Really? He didn't even know he was disturbing us," said Sally Strawberry. "Some nuts have no idea at all." "He's a blooming nutcase," said Corny. "Ha ha, Tom, do you get the joke?" But Tom didn't feel like laughing. While all this was going on, Emma had decided to go for a walk. She wanted to find a place to sunbathe by the river. But instead of looking where she was going, Emma was admiring her reflection in the water as she walked. "Oh, what a lovely color I am," she said to herself. She was so busy admiring herself that she did not see somebody had left a bag on the path in front of her. Just at that moment, Wally came along. "Look out, Emma!" he bellowed. But it was too late. She tripped on the bag and toppled headfirst into the river. "Help! Help! I can't swim!" Emma cried. "Neither can I," said Wally. But don't worry, I'll soon get somebody here to help you." And at the top of his voice, he boomed, "Help! Somebody help us! Quickly! Help!" Squad and Tom heard Wally's shout for help and came running along to see what was going on. Squad was a very good swimmer. He used to be a lifeguard at the seaside, so he jumped into the deep water to rescue a very frightened Emma. And Wally and Tom helped by fishing the bags out of the shallow water. "Oh, thank you, Wally. You saved my life," said Emma as she stood dripping on the riverbank. "Yes, your loud voice is useful sometimes after all," said Squad. "Do you know," said Wally, "I never realized I could shout so loudly before. I've got quite a strong voice, haven't I?" "Yes, Wally, you certainly have," the three of them shouted together. And for once there was silence from Wally.